Lovely, so welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into this video.
So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to show you guys where a lot of people, especially pan-color people, are having emotional breakdown at the fact that they realize what or how tariff actually works. And I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll it. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
One of the more popular searches on Google right now are what is a tariff, what are tariffs, and how do they work? Now you want to know how a tariff works, or even what is a tariff. You're about to find out. Not only are you about to find out, but you're about to find out you are the one that pays for it. We are the paying party. The country or China doesn't pay for it. The American company pays for it and passes it on to you. So you're barely finding that out because of how popular the search is right now. But you didn't take the time to figure it out prior. But now you're like, oh shit, what is a tariff? Man, who's gonna pay for a tariff? Yeah, you're gonna find out. And companies are already preparing for that. They're already buying product ahead of time. Do your homework. Do your research, okay? Don't be a dumb shit and then afterwards, because let's be honest, you didn't care about the tariffs. You don't care about the economy. You really wanted your guy in office.
There's still a couple months until Donald Trump is sworn in, but the negative effects of his incoming presidency have already started. This is the headline in Washington Post today. Companies prepare to raise prices in response to Trump's promised tariffs. Shocking, I know. Timothy Boyle, the CEO of Columbia Sportswear, said, look, we're set to raise prices. We're buying stuff today for delivery next fall, so we're just going to have to deal with it, and we'll have to raise the prices. It's going to be very difficult to keep products affordable for Americans. Yeah, I mean, and he's not wrong. When you implement tariffs or threaten 400%, 1,000% tariffs on products, companies will respond accordingly. And those tariffs don't even need to be enacted for the threats to be real to these companies who are buying products a year from now. And the costs of the tariffs are passed on to the American consumer. We've said this all campaign, and the American people, the people who voted for Trump, all of us, are going to find that out very shortly. Trump can spin however he wanted, and he certainly did on the campaign, but look, the reality that will face us, it's not spin, it's going to happen. So if your costs of goods go up, yeah, you can blame Donald Trump.
So Trump supporters, now that you guys know what tariffs are, do you regret your decision for voting for Trump now? Or no?
The trade wars are back with Donald Trump's re-election, and he wants to place tariffs on trade with all competitors around the world, with some rates ranging from hundreds of % to Mexico and China. These will have a dramatic effect on my life and yours and everyone around the world. And it is important that you understand how tariffs work, and they are not just an added sales tax. A tariff is a type of tax placed on foreign trade, individuals importing or exporting. This is important to understand that most international trade is not done between countries, but within a company itself, usually buying from along its supply chain, even from its own entities. Think a lot about Amazon warehouses sending a package from one Amazon warehouse in one country to another Amazon warehouse in another country. Because of existing US law, the president has a lot of unilateral power to lay down tariffs and other types of sanctions against foreign companies to protect domestic industry. So imagine that I'm mega company Walmart. Currently, I import 70% of my goods that I resell in my stores from China. If Donald Trump does his 100% tariffs on Chinese imports, that means I will have to get 100% more markup on every single one of those goods to maintain my existing profit margin. But it gets even worse when we look at the companies in China. While the Chinese economy has been slowing and slowly deindustrializing, that does not mean there aren't hundreds of thousands of industrial jobs that are dependent upon companies, foreign companies, buying goods manufactured in China. And I don't mean just low-end goods or agriculture, I mean high-tech goods like the cell phone I'm using right now. A price shock of 100% down an entire supply chain will crush companies, which definitely do not operate even on a good day at 100% profit markups that they can absorb all of that impact. Companies will shut down, and China currently represents 17% of the global GDP. Trumpers would argue this is good because that means that people will rapidly detach from China. But the reality is there is not enough capacity elsewhere to absorb all of that need. That just doesn't exist. You cannot just hope to have manufacturing magic itself up with an educated workforce that can do all of the things that China is currently doing. And also, it is important to remember, we do not live in a world where our economies are just national. Having 17% of the world's GDP starting to collapse will have ripple effects across the world. Needless to say, the disaster it will cause the Chinese people who have to endure that economic collapse. Trump's plan involves passing a law that allows him as the president to offer retaliatory increased tariffs whenever any other country raises a tariff higher than the one currently existing by the United States, which means other countries either get to not make tariffs at all, or the US will always make one that is higher, leading to an upward spiral of ever-increasing tariffs and prices upon everything. These ever-increasing tariffs will cause an ever-increasing spiral downward for the economy. As companies lay workers off, less people have less to spend on goods that are ever more expensive, and global supply chains start to shut down as manufacturing firms cannot absorb the constant price shocks of ever-increasing tariffs rippling throughout the global economy. It is a disaster type situation, and because the United States currently has around 26% of the world GDP, it has the weight to have a massive shattering effect on the global economy. And this isn't just a trade war between the United States and China. Trump has been going after every country and group in the world and wants to put tariffs also on the European Union, and has even pitched the idea of 250% tariffs on Mexico. And I have to point out, people who already don't have a lot of money will be hit by this most as prices continue to spiral upward. And remember, we're going through climate change, which means things like agriculture will continue to be dramatically affected and crop yields will decline over time, which means these Trump tariffs have the potential to wreck the economy for a decade or more. So what can we do in the rest of the world? Well, we need to be making sure that we're detaching our economies from the United States and starting to build up our own domestic production. If the world of globalization is coming to a screeching halt in many respects, it's important that countries are able to do the things that they have been relying on other countries for a very long time. And this also puts a lot of emphasis on groups and unions of countries like the European Union to collaborate on an ever deeper degree to be able to replace all of the things that they have benefited so far from the United States and China across every single sector. This is especially true on telecommunications, aerospace, agriculture, and the culture industry itself. The Trump tariffs are trouble. Make sure that you stay prepared. Thank you.
I'm sitting like this because you can see my lace, and y'all not about to clown me for that. Watching people find out in real time how a tariff works is truly my villain origin story. Or one of them. My other one is the first time I ever heard J-Lo say. I just saw a video of someone being like, wait, isn't gas an imported good? So if there's tariffs on all imported goods, wouldn't that make gas prices higher? Duh! Okay? Duh! You stupid fuck. So yes, everyone who voted for Trump for lower gas prices, I'm gonna hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. You're not getting tickets to that fucking show. Why did y'all not look up this shit before the election? Researching all of this after is fucking crazy. This was an open book test and y'all failed. Y'all failed. Y'all pissed me off so bad, bro. Like, y'all are so fucking stupid. Brain smooth as fucking satin. And look at my fucking lace. Like, why can't you see this shit? I tried to lay this shit for 20 minutes this morning. I give up. I don't give a fuck. I'm about to throw on a hat. Anyway, thoughts and tariffs, bitch. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
And don't ever tell me it was about the economy when we had Nobel Prize winners in economic sciences tell us that Trump's tariff plan would destroy the U.S. economy. It was never about the economy. It was never about economics.
We tried to warn you, Trump voters, but no. You just had to believe all the lies because you did your own research. Well, let me read a little bit of an article here right now to just give you a flavor of what's to come and how big a mistake you people made in screwing us all. Mexico's government on Monday signaled that it planned to hit back with trade restrictions of its own if President-elect Donald Trump followed through on his threats to impose sky-high tariffs on Mexican exports to the United States. Quote, "If you put 25% tariffs on me, I have to react with tariffs," said this was Mexico's economy minister. So, and I know some of you are thinking, well, so what, man? Who cares about Mexico? Well, Mexico is one of our biggest trading partners, if not our biggest trading partner. We get a hell of a lot of products from Mexico, including a lot of agricultural products. A lot of the fruits and vegetables that you buy at the store come from Mexico. So if Donald Trump slaps a tariff on all Mexican goods, that means the price of all of those things that you buy from Mexico, and I promise you, you buy a lot from Mexico, all of those things are going to be more expensive. And Mexico is going to reciprocate and put tariffs on American exports. And that is going to hurt American producers and cost Americans jobs. And they're going to see decreases in their wages. This is what happens when you impose tariffs. Now, I know you guys didn't understand a damn thing about tariffs because you don't understand anything on your own and you just believe everything that comes out of Donald Trump's pie hole. But here we are. And if Donald Trump actually follows through on these tariffs, as he promised repeatedly on the campaign trail that he was going to do, and you guys all voted for him, yay, Trump, we love tariffs, he's going to crash our economy. You know, the economy that you actually think sucks right now, well, the economy is actually really good right now. It's the strongest economy in the world. And you're going to see how good it is once Donald Trump destroys it. You're going to wish you had this economy back. So, anyways, good job. Way to go.
Question for the shopping haul girlies. Genuine question for the shopping haul girlies that voted for Trump. All you little TikTokers that do your little shopping haul, what are you going to do when Trump imposes 100% tariff on Chinese manufactured goods? That means all your little Shein hauls are going to double in price. Because where is Shein manufactured? China. There's already been an uptick in anti-consumerist sentimentalities among like liberals and leftists. Are we going to see that among the right wing and conservatives? Oh my God, if Trump is the president to take down Shein hauls, I'm going to be so fucking pissed. But seriously, did you guys not realize that would be one of the consequences of a Trump win? He said this from the start. He said tariffs, 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 tariffs. 60% to 100% tariffs. That means the cost of goods is going to double. Those Shein hauls aren't going to perform as well on TikTok if there's only like 20 items. I mean, there's a strong likelihood that TikTok won't even exist. But if Trump is doing what he says, he does say he's going to overturn the TikTok ban. So who the fuck knows? If Trump is able to keep TikTok in power and he single-handedly dismantles the Shein hauls, oh man, God, am I going to agree with him on something? No, but seriously, I hope all you little like TikTok haul Shein girlies that voted for Trump are very happy with yourselves. Genuine.
Tariff goes through, yes, everything will be. Yeah, if this tariff goes through, yes, everything will become more expensive, but then you're also not going to have like 90% of the products that you have today. So I don't think people realize just how incredibly fucked up the whole tariff thing will be if it goes into place. Like, and again, like I'm a small business owner and I have my products manufactured in China. It is not because I want to have them manufactured in China. It is because there's literally no manufacturer that can make my products here in the United States. And there won't be be for a long time. Like, Trump has proposed this 60% tariff on all goods imported from China. First of all, that's like everything that's on Amazon. Everything. And basically everything at like Target, Walmart, like everywhere. Okay. But it's not, what is missing from this conversation is that manufacturers will just choose to not make things. Okay. So, and I mean, believe me, I am all about like lowering consumerism, but a lot of those things are going to be durable goods that like you need and would normally have. And now instead of having like 10 choices, you're going to have like one choice. So for example, like a lot of people are saying, oh, okay, well, they're just going to, it's a 60% tariff that the importer, which would be the person like me selling it, I would just increase my prices by 60%. So like, first of all, I wouldn't do that, right? I mean, that would be like a $60 sippy, no, it's not a $60 sippy cup, but like it's expensive and not fair for my customers, right? What many manufacturers are going to choose to do, they're just going to choose to not make it. Trump's whole thing is that, he wants to punish China, but he also wants to really push American manufacturing. Amazing. I love that. But I can tell you, America doesn't have like manufacturing like up and ready to go. It doesn't, right? Maybe it did in like the 70s, but starting out in the 80s and up until today, there has been a significant decline. Sure, there are certain industries where they're still manufacturing things, but it is not like it is in China, where they literally have huge industrial cities, right? Where that is their entire like economy. And they've been building that for decades, right? Where you can go and say, I want to build the sippy cup from start to finish, and they will get every single piece made for you to your specification and have it shipped to you and everything, right? And so, for example, I have been looking for years, even before I started even making my sippy cups, to be made here in the United States. And I can tell you, so my sippy cups are made out of borosilicate glass, which is similar to Pyrex. It's much more heat resistant. There is not one borosilicate glass drinkware manufacturer. The only borosilicate glass that is made in the United States is for like traffic lights and like laboratory equipment. Yeah. And I've been checking a lot, all the time. Now, I can try and make something out of tempered glass, but for my purposes, it's not going to be as good, durable, like not as good for the end product. And check this out. My cups are covered in like a silicone sleeve, right? And it has a little silicone straw on the top, right? So if I were to find a manufacturer for my borosilicate glasses, right, I would still need to find a different manufacturer for that outer silicone sleeve and the inner straw, right? Like, this is an example, like this is not my cup, but like this is an example. So like you would have to find a different manufacturer in the United States for every single component. They wouldn't be able to put that all together for you. Yeah. And that would be extremely expensive. It would be like a $200 sippy cup if it were made here in the United States, in regards to like where we are now with our manufacturing capability. And so imagine like imagine like Target, for example, that has like tons of different collections, like Hearth and Home and like what is a Good and Gather, like they have like the different collections. They're just going to not make tons of assortment. They're just going to make like one from like every single, maybe not even one. They're just going to stop selling shit. And believe me, I believe that companies sell too much shit, but some of that stuff you actually need, right? And you will be forced to buy shit that is subpar. You will be forced to buy shit that you don't really want, but maybe you just need a stapler instead of having like 10 different variations with different specific needs, and qualities from them. You will have one, and that one is going to be really expensive. Yeah, so it's not going to necessarily drive American manufacturing. And if manufacturers ever want to get to where China is in regards to their, their capabilities, it's going to take like 20 years. It takes a lot of money, a lot of investment. So, and again, I could build my own factory here in the United States, but I need like $10 million of like VC, money. And I don't want that. I don't want to get outside investors, VC funding, and then completely water down my product. I just think a lot of people aren't considering what this is actually going to look like. which is fucking nuts. So yeah, if this tariff goes through, yes, everything will become more expensive, but then you're also not going to have like 90% of the products that you have today. So I don't think people realize just how incredible.
Like, seriously, lovely, it's so baffling that it actually took a lot of people, it took a lot of people after the concluded election and all of that to go on a research. Like, it has to take after all of the things that have been concluded, and for every other person to go on a research, to start researching or googling what tariff is all about, what the difference between Obamacare and affordable care, so many things. I don't even understand what is going on right now. Is it that people did not really understood the policy that they are signing up for, or people are just voting based on, okay, it's actually this person's, instead of POC to become, let this person become, like, without even knowing that you are actually doing yourself. You are doing yourself. Like, seriously, lovelies, I have been seeing a lot of, will I call it election regrets or voters regret? A lot of thinking, oh, I was not aware. I don't know, you were not aware because you don't really care. All you care about is anything to protect your supremacy at the detriment of your own self. This is what you care about. You don't care about the policy, you don't care about what you get to achieve or lose or whatsoever. You just don't want a woman, or will I say a POC person, to be a president. This is just all what is given. This is just all what is given. Because I don't understand why people all of a sudden are now researching what is tariff, how does tariff work, what is those Obamacare and the other care has the same policy or the same, like, why didn't you research all of the things? And what baffles me most with the Obamacare and the affordable care was the fact that KM said something about that. She actually said something about that during her campaign, but people do not want to listen. She said that your health insurance or whatever might actually be taken away from you if you allow him in. The Obamacare and whatsoever care can actually, but people were not even listening to what she has to say. A lot of people are just concerned about one abandoned Harris campaign. Oh, you don't do anything for the Palestinian people. You don't want to do this and that. As if this one now is going to automatically stop whatever that is wrong. Like, seriously. If you go to your, like, my For You pages are just all about regrets. Oh, we don't know. Oh, what are you talking about? Are you sure? Oh, I regret. A lot of people even goes as far as they want to go change it. How do we do that? I don't understand. The deed has already been done. So what do you want to go change? What do you want to change exactly? Like, you didn't take your time to maybe make your own research or maybe make your own findings and all of that. And now everything is just on the surface. All of a sudden you are regretting it. You want to go and change your vote. Like, but when people that looks like me are trying to tell you guys that, oh no, this is it, you have to do this way, this might benefit me, benefit you, and benefit every other person, but no, you don't want. Because of what? Because you do not want anything, even if it's benefiting you as well, but you don't want anything that will benefit people that looks like me. Even if it's also benefiting you, you just want things to go your own way while other persons suffer. But you don't know that this life, you don't owe this life. When you keep on doing something in a particular way, getting away with it, trying, putting people in a position where you know that you can never be, in a difficult position that you know that you cannot, because of maybe the privilege you possess or whatever thing that you possess. You don't know that, at a long run, this might actually come back to you one way or the other. Even if the same person is still not going to benefit, but it will also affect you. That is what I'm saying, that a lot of people do not want people that looks like me to actually benefit nothing, even if themselves are also going to benefit out of it. But because it has a little bit of beneficiary to people that looks like me, they just want it destroyed. They just want it gone. They don't want nothing that is actually going to uplift people or anyone that looks like me. Seriously, this is what all of these things is giving. Because I don't understand why people are all now coming out, asking out questions about tariff, asking questions about health insurance, asking questions about Obamacare, and like, why do you need to make all of those research then? And even if you don't want to make all those research, you have been seeing people that looks like me that keep on explaining things, keep on giving you reasons, keep on trying to some pan-colored women actually came out with one blue bracelet to actually indicate that, oh, we were the people that actually seriously, what will that really solve? What will it solve? What problem will it solve? Will it change anything? It's not going to change nothing. The only thing that is going to happen is for everyone to accept, and people that look like me, keep on doing what you're doing by focusing more on yourself. Because I wouldn't blame them if they do. A lot of Palestinian people are actually calling them out. Oh, you guys were never alien. Have you guys been alien to them before? Have you guys actually fought anything for them before? Well, these ones are the ones, they have been the ones helping, using their voices, advocating, calling, explaining. But at the end of the day, what did they get? Zero. So you wouldn't blame anyone or call out anyone for choosing herself or himself, choosing himself, putting himself first. This era is an era of putting yourself first before any other person can come in. You have to create safety within your own environment, within your own self, within your own community before going or stretching hands in other communities. This is the way at which other community does. This is what they do. In short, they don't even stretch hands to help any community, any black community. They just focus more on themselves. So, and it's as if black people are only the ones trying to bring everybody along, trying to fight for everybody, trying to do this for everybody. But at the end of the day, it's all about disappointment. No, this era is the era of them focusing more of themselves, doing things that is going to benefit them, benefit their family, benefit people around them, and when it's done, they might stretch hand to their own community. And nobody has the right to call them out because they have really tried. Let's just call a spade a spade. These people have tried. Truly, 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 and no jokes apart, they have really tried. They have used their voices. There is this creator on TikTok, Tabitha, Politics by Tabitha. You could just, check her out. This lady, oh my God, she has used all her voice, her trust. Anytime, sometimes I would oh my God, God bless her heart. But at the end of the day, what? And now she's also in her princess era. She's always, focusing. She was like, okay, I'm done. And you wouldn't blame her. You wouldn't blame her. So I actually want to use this medium to also talk about the new Black Project 2025. If you've not signed up, we just tried. Sign it up. I think it's a situation whereby Black people coming together trying to actually, make sure that Black dollar is actually in the Black community and all of that, maybe to circulate wealth in order to build generational wealth and all of Black people are trying to do their own thing right now, because enough people that you have been trying to see if things might work up work together. They don't want. So if you've not signed up for this, 20 project 20 Black Project 2025, you could just sign it up. If you don't have the link yet, you just inbox me on my Instagram page, and I'm going to send you the link. It's involved everybody: business owners, small business owners, doctors, lawyers, computer IT, like every other person is included. Like, anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. If you've not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, please do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
Why not just subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next